I'm Dan Albers, and welcome to Dingo and the Coach on USBN Sports. And as always, I'm joined with my co-host, Steve Ellis. He is the coach. I am Dingo. We're also excited to have in studio here is our producer, Abby Ellis, here to join us. So it's kind of cool to get her in here to
I'm kind of scared.
Yeah, I know.
She's going to keep us in line here. She may be all cut here.
Yeah, she probably will tell us that something's wrong. Yeah, say, I don't like the angle, something's going on. So
it's all for the good.
Yeah, but so it's good. So we're trying to get a couple of these podcasts in before. I know we got a lot going on with you and me, vacation, everything's going on. But so we'll get started. Let's talk about the golf outing that we just had. It was really good golf outing that we had, which was this past weekend. You and I participated, and our team was me, you, Mr. Frank Brandy, Mr. Greg Ellis, and Mr. Doug Ass.
Correct.
And we didn't do as bad as I thought.
We did not come in last.
We did not. That goes to Kyle Black.
Kyle Black has that honor. He has that trophy.
He finished in last place, so he's got the horse's ass trophy for it might be 2 years in a row. I don't know, but
you should maybe it should be a roaming trophy. Like whoever wins it, they should bring it back the next year.
So my cousin, he brought this trophy into me, and it was a big, huge, it was heavy, like an eagle or something. I don't know what. It was pretty cool. He goes, you should use that to, like you said, engrave everybody's name on there each year, the winners each year, and just hand it to them. They have it for the year, and they got to bring it back.
They got to bring it back. Yeah.
Yeah, but some of those golfers might not come back. That's the thing too. So I don't know how we'd pull that off. But
well, let's talk about the golf outing though as a whole. So you being the what do you call yourself? The president of the of the Anderson Football Alumni Association, and all the time and effort and work that you put into this to raise money for the football program at Anderson, just the dedication, and you get a decent amount of help from the Anderson moms and some other people that help volunteer. But it people don't realize how much effort has to go into it to pull it off, and people just like myself just show up and have a good time in golf and realize how much time and effort it goes into it.
It's a lot, and that's the thing too, is everybody says they're going to help, and then when it comes time to help, it just kind of it just weeds. It does. Everybody's got their But again, if it wasn't for our sponsors, this probably wouldn't take off. And the football moms are absolutely incredible. They actually stayed from the beginning and stayed to the end.
I know.
And they were selling tickets. They were selling tickets when guys would come in for those hot dogs. We had those hot dogs in return. Yeah. So they'd sell that. So they did it, and they took pictures. Yeah. They did a great job. Well, but so for them to help out, what they did was outstanding. And again, our sponsors were huge, and your family was a sponsor of that. And any kind of donation really helps make our golf outing what it is. And the cool thing that we did this year was that putting thing. I think that was really cool.
Yeah. So at before we started, everybody gathered as we usually do for the picture, and everybody gathered around the green, and you had to pay $10, and everybody putted at the same time at one hole.
And it was really cool.
It was really cool. Who won it?
My nephew Jack. Yeah, Jack Beinecke won it. He actually put it in the hole.
Yeah, and that's out of there's 70 people that were doing it. But overall, there was 100 golfers.
So we had 100 golfers. Last year we had 120, so it just dropped down. But we had a lot of guys that had something going on, so we probably would have had the same amount. Yeah, it was hotter than anything, but it was good. It was a good event, and you and I closed the night out for everybody.
We did. We did
a nice job.
Right. But I mean, seriously, in all seriousness, kudos to you for everything, because I'm sure you were.
No, I was spent
more out, but it was great for what you do for the kids, as you have always.
It's hard to believe it's 12 years that's been going on, and so we do a lot of different things. And one of the things that we're doing is we're putting decals on the helmets. That's like the little flags and whatever else they want to put on there.
And it's a what is it? Is it a Redskin head, or what is it?
Yeah, I wish it was still that Redskin head, but it is not the Redskin head. So it's going to be the Raptors. I think it's going to be those claw marks again on their helmet. I think it was a few years ago, wasn't it? Yeah, because that's the other thing that's hard with this golf outing. You got a lot of guys that are the Redskins
still bitter.
Yeah, and they're they still have that. But the thing that I've tried to explain to these guys is, unfortunately, it is what it is, but we all, are all kind of get it because we all played football at the school. So that's what's kind of hard. And so speaking of that, that's one of the things that we're going to do as an alumni association is we're going to, I don't know if the kids really know about this, but anyways, I'm going to bring it up. So when the kids come down the ramp, come down the stairs, like Michigan has that sign where they jump up and hit the sign, we're going to put in PVC pipe right as they come onto the track, and it's going to say the tradition continues.
Awesome.
And it's going to have all the years of all the state championships, the playoffs, and all that. So it's something that was the tradition continues was way back when with Vince, but we're going to kind of try to keep that at least, going with the kids. And then we're going to put some other signs up with all the former football players and some of the coaches that were in the Hall of Fame and stuff like that.
Awesome. So, and you're doing that.
So the alumni is paying for that's part of the golf outing. We're paying for the stickers and that. And then we also pay for any kind of equipment that they need or something. But right now, that's all we're doing right now.
It's incredible. I mean, I wish all the sports could do that. They should take the lead from you from that. But the one thing, and we can move on here, the one thing we didn't talk about was our actual golfing. So we probably should just skip right past that.
I'm bad. I am probably the worst golfer that anybody's ever seen. First shot took 3 little dribbles to the right. The second shot, 3 dribbles to the left. I cussed a lot through my club, and then it also forced me to have a couple adult beverages.
Well, I don't think you were there when I had probably my best tee shot of the
I know. I don't believe it. I want those guys to verify it.
No, they can verify it. It was my best tee shot, and there was a tree about 30 yards out, and it hit the tree solid and came all the way back about 3 feet in front of me.
I wish we had video of that one. That would have been good. So I know you've been doing it for years. I don't know how many years now you've been doing it. And your brother Greg's done it.
Yep.
Frank's done it a couple years now. I know Doug's done it off and on for 2 or 3 years. So Kyle's done it every year, my cousin. So we not only get football alumni, we get everybody throughout that are friends with all of us.
It's fun.
So it was a lot of fun, and we're glad that I'll be honest, it's fun when it happens, but I'm glad when it's over.
I bet.
And I hate carrying around that kind of money with me, because there's just a lot of pressure to get all that stuff done and paid. But I'm glad it's over. But thanks for participating and being a sponsor. Really appreciate it.
It was a lot of fun.
But so let's get into our next topic here. Yeah. Some of the other topics we're going to talk about the Cincinnati sports and
it's hot right now.
It really is. So we're going to break down each one of those, and we're also going to get into. I think this is a cool thing we're going to get into is some of the summer sports games that we used to play, or not just sports games, but just games we played in the summer. Because the summertime you used to see kids. I know when we were little,
outside,
out there all the time,
all day, all night.
Yep. So we'll get into that a little bit later. So let's go ahead and get started right now with the Reds.
Yes.
Elly De La Cruz, right before we came on here, just hit a monster home run. Absolutely crushed it.
Yeah.
And Steve, talking about him, I think that he is the most anticipated rookie that the Reds have had since Jay Bruce. I mean, I just remember when Jay Bruce came up, there was a lot of talk about him. And I was actually at that game when Jay Bruce went like 3 for 3 or 4 for 4, whatever he did.
Yeah.
And it was just awesome to be a part of seeing that.
And this is even more. All the anticipation. And unfortunately for him, the expectations, are off the charts because all the comparisons they're doing. And they talk about how he's a 5-tool player. I mean, these guys 6'5", he's got unbelievable speed and he's got great power. He just showed it tonight. I mean, it's unbelievable. So he's going to be fun to watch. But this whole team of these youngsters, when I say youngsters, 25 and under, I mean, there's more than a handful that are performing really well and exceeding the expectations right now, which I think could only bode well for the Reds for the next few years.
Well, it's John Sadak or whatever his name is, he's a unicorn. He kept saying that last night. I don't understand the whole thing. I don't know. But he is the most anticipated one. But everybody bashing, and I was one of them, bashing the front office for making all these moves. But look what they did. They brought Steer in. He was on a trade. Yeah. They brought guys that are down in the minors, Encarnacion.
Well,
So all these guys and they have this plan, and they said they had a plan with De La Cruz. They wanted him because he struggled. When he got up to AAA. He was like 2 for 18. Struck out a lot. Bad, and now they said they wanted to see his approach. Look at his first at bat last night. He walked.
He was able to work a walk.
And he did it a couple of times. So and it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to stay at shortstop or if they're going to how they're going to handle it.
I tell you, it's a good problem to have with Matt McLean because I mean the guy all he does is hit. He's been up here for 3 or 4 weeks now. He's already been National League Player of the Week.
Yeah.
He's had probably close to 10, if not more, multi-hit games.
Big one last night?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Game winner last night. He had 3 hits last night. He's already hit a hit tonight because he got on base when De La Cruz hit the home run.
I mean, so they've got it's a problem that. So here's my question: What are they going to do with Votto?
Well, this is the last year of the contract, so he can come in and play DH, and they're just going to rotate and have guys take days off.
Yeah. I mean, I think Cruz needs to play. I don't think he needs to play third base. I think he needs to play shortstop and then rotate between McLean and India and all them between them DH and everything. I think they need to bring that Encarnacion straight up, and I think Will Myers needs to go.
Well, he's on the DL right now.
He needs to go. Yeah. They don't need him there. They need to bring those young kids and let him play. And I have no idea why Will Benson's on the team.
Well, he went off the wall.
It doesn't matter. One doesn't,
Yeah,
it's kind of like you playing softball back in the day. When you were over for 20.
Power.
Exactly.
Yeah. Appreciate you bringing that up, but I'm not sure what where do you stand on Will Benson?
I don't like him.
Oh, okay.
I think he's awful.
All right, let's move on. All right, hold on. Before that, I don't know if you know this, but today there was a handful of Bengals that went over to the Red Stadium and took some batting practice, and to nobody's surprise, Cool Joe hit not 1, not 2, not 3, 4
Did he really? 4
home runs.
Wow.
Like it was nothing.
I didn't know that he hit 4.
4.
Wow. He looked his swing from what I saw on the bat, like the only swing that I saw, he hit his swing looked pretty dang good.
Yeah. Well, you've seen guys play multiple sports. Dion did it and some other guys. Bo Jackson, maybe Burrow could dress up in the summer.
Since we're kind of got the Reds game on here as we're going, and our boy Will Benson didn't get the home run, went off his glove, went over the fence. So there's another reason why he shouldn't be on the team.
Who's the president of the Will Benson fan club?
But how cool was it for the Bengals to be there? And that I think that's a key part of why the city's been so good right now is the teams, the Reds and the Bengals try to interact with each other and do a lot of stuff. Yep. And then not only that, but so let's get to the Bengals real quick. So they got the the OTAs going on right now, and it's a big topic with them on how well they're going to be there. Some are predicting to go 14-3 this year.
14-3. I think Sports Illustrated's got them winning the Super Bowl. Yeah.
How cool would that be?
It's unbelievable. I think as well as they did last year, and obviously the year before going to the Super Bowl, I think this year's team, at least on paper, is even better.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, I don't know about the actual playing and the schedule and how that's going to work out, but I think it's even better. I think the key has got to be we got to get home field advantage to the playoffs. Yeah. We can't keep going to Kansas City for that championship game before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and the thing that you think about is like when we lost, what was the tight end that we Uzama that we let?
Yeah, CJ.
And I thought, oh man, that's going to be a bummer. And then Hurst filled in. Well, Hurst is gone now. Let's go see how good Irv Smith does. Yeah. And all the guys that they've got replacing the guys that left to go to other teams. Yeah. And they seem to always been okay to fill those spots. And I think they had a great draft too.
Well, I think so too. I mean, obviously, you want to continue to try to protect your franchise. I mean, it's great to surround it with talent, but I mean, the offensive line seems like it needs to be an important thing.
Oh, it has to. You got to keep him upright. You have to.
Yeah. So it's exciting. I can't wait for football to start.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, we'll get into the next sport that I don't know anything about. Our producer knows a lot more than we do about the soccer part of it. Is the FC Cincinnati, and they've got one loss this year. I've never been to a game. You been to a game?
I did when it was at Nippert.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
but
you haven't been to the new stadium. I heard it's beautiful.
I heard nothing but great things about it.
And they're playing really, really well. And Steve, who would have thought way back when that they would have had our first championship since 1990? The way they're going right now, they only got one loss, and they're the top team in the
I know they are. It's incredible. What a turnaround they've made since they stepped up to the MLS. You got it?
Yeah, that's good.
So I mean,
do you know what MLS stands for?
Major League Soccer.
Okay, all right. I just checking.
I did play.
Okay. Soccer?
Yeah.
Wait, how long ago?
I played long enough.
And Joe Moon was your coach?
He was.
Yeah. And then you quit.
Well,
why'd you quit?
Huh?
Why'd you quit?
To concentrate on
what?
On I almost said
basketball or baseball?
Basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not girls. Just
see how can you do that? Your daughter's in here too. I mean that's just not
well,
right.
Unlike you, who concentrated on girls.
Well, I get your point now.
That's the reason why I said that.
I see what you're saying. I didn't. I still played. I didn't quit a sport.
Okay. I didn't quit. We'll save that for another time.
But I mean, again, FC Cincinnati is just...
It's unbelievable.
It really is. And my son, Tyler, who wasn't a big sports fan for a while, and then now he's gone to some FC Cincinnati games. He's all in. Dad, you would love it. And I'm like, I don't think so. He goes, I didn't think I'd like it. And he says, but the atmosphere is absolutely incredible.
Now, and I think it's action-packed, too. Yeah. I mean, it's not, like you're waiting. I mean, like, even with hockey's super fast, right. And, you're hoping for a fight, when you go there. I mean, but I think it's action-packed.
I think I'd be perfect for the Bailey, or whatever that is, that thing down in the corner.
You got some smoke bombs you can bring?
Just pounding on the drum,
Yes.
I would probably have no shirt on.
Yes.
I think it'd be perfect.
Bring a whistle, paint your face.
Oh, it'd be great. And just have that flag and just keep, kind of how like they had the guy at the Braves that used to bang. Yes, I'd be like that. And then they call me Chief Dingo. Chief Dingo. Yeah, I could do Chief Dingo. Yeah, that'd be good.
All right, so the last thing I wanted to bring up is about UC in the sports and what an exciting time it is for them for two reasons. One, the big obvious is going into the Big 12, so the competition is going to be unbelievable. Across the board in all sports, there is no more gimmies. Yep. They got a little more travel, but they got an unbelievable amount of more money. Yep. And the indoor facilities they're building now is incredible. But the second thing is that the fact that they just switched back, going back old school from years ago, back to the Jordan brand.
Yep. So they're going to be for Jordan brand for basketball, but Nike for football. Okay. So I don't think they're going to have the Jordan brand for both.
Okay.
But which is still phenomenal. So and Wes Miller said it's been a huge, the not only going to the Big 12, but the changing to the Nike brand has been a huge recruiting tool for him.
No, it absolutely is.
So it's
that
been
adds
cool.
all to the NIL and everything like that. So
and look what he's done in the portal. Look what Wes Miller's done. Just throughout this, and then also Satterfield. I was one of them when I'm still mad at Fickle, by the way. Fickle leaving. Yep. But I really thought how the recruiting was going to be. And Satterfield's recruiting class is better than Fickle's right now.
Really?
It is.
No kidding.
He's ranked higher than him right now. We'll everybody from Louisville says he's a horrible coach. We'll see how he is. But I think it's an exciting time to be a UC fan because now you're playing the Baylors and the Texas Tech. You're not playing the SMUs.
But we're trying to be realistic. Let's not get ahead of ourselves and think these undefeated seasons are going to.
Oh, it's not going to happen.
And there's going to be some growing pains, So what I need for you to focus here, what I need for you is to stay on the Wes Miller bandwagon. Okay,
Steve, if they go, you know me.
I do know you.
With Taylor, I was the same way.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying they're going to have some growing pains.
Well,
I'm a huge Wes Miller fan.
No, I know they're going to have huge. I would be. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but 6-6 would be a good year for them in football. I mean, their schedule is going to be so much tougher. I mean, they got to play Pittsburgh non-conference. Yeah. They're playing Miami of Ohio non-conference. So not only is that, but you're playing some big boys now. You're not playing any more cupcakes anymore. So it'll be tough. But I'm excited, and I think from what my buddy Dom said across the street, he was telling me tomorrow that Tyler McKinley is going to go to UC now.
Really?
And that would be another huge. Think about that for the 24 class coming in. Just another big class. So it is going to be an exciting time for UC and seeing all that going
everywhere.
Real quick, do you think they're going to add any more teams to the Big 12?
No, I mean
next year. I'm saying I think Arizona State, UConn, and Gonzaga are going in.
Really? Yeah. So that would just completely.
And Colorado. Did I say Colorado? And Colorado.
That would completely take away the Pac-12, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. That's why I'm saying they're Pac-12, and they're going to do the Apple TV thing, and it's not going to work. They're not going to get enough money, and that's why they're saying Colorado and Arizona are already probably givens to go. But they've been mentioning UConn and Gonzaga to come in the conference. So can you imagine that in basketball?
No. What's that going to do to your boy Mick?
He don't care. Yeah, he's going to the Big Ten. I mean, he's in a Big Ten. He didn't.
Oh, UCLA's going to Big Ten?
Yeah, UCLA and USC.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, this coming year.
No way.
Or 2024 they're going.
Really?
Yeah, 24. You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
Where the heck have you been? That is embarrassing.
Sleeping, I guess.
That is embarrassing that you don't know that.
Yeah. Well,
honestly, that is embarrassing.
It doesn't concern me.
You call yourself Dingo and the coach. I mean, you think that you would know this. You're a sports guy.
It's somewhere probably lodged after.
My God. This is embarrassing.
After last Saturday, I lost probably some memory from
our late night. But again, Steve, this has been going on for over a year.
I didn't know that was official.
Man, this is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed.
Okay.
I'm embarrassed for you.
Well, fine. Give me a strike. That's fine.
I mean, whatever. That's unbelievable.
All right.
You only get a couple more of these embarrassing moments, right? All right. So let's get into one thing that's kind of with the summer coming along and everything like that.
Yeah.
Let's get into some summer games or summer things that we did growing up.
All right. Hold on. Before we get to that, understand that a lot of people that might watch this won't know half the stuff that we're going to bring up.
That's true.
But this is geared towards what kids should be doing and getting outside.
We'll explain some of these things too. And I'm just and we'll probably be able to hear Abby's voice, but we'll ask her if she even have heard of this game or if she knows what it is. So
okay, go ahead.
Well, the first thing I want to start off by is I always remember growing up. As soon as we woke up, out the door. It was by 8:30, 9 o'clock. And we didn't come home till dinner. So that's what I remember. That was number one. And the first thing that we always played during the summer was a tennis ball and a metal bat or a wooden bat, and we played baseball in someone's backyard.
Okay.
So we played in my backyard. You had different rules, and we'd go back to the neighbor's house. They'd have different rules. We'd even go out on our street in that circle, which was but the neighbors hated us because we kept hitting their houses with the tennis ball.
Yeah.
But that was one big one for me that I know that was a constant all summer long. What about you?
Well, I mean, wiffle ball.
Yeah,
I mean, kind of similar. I mean, we played wiffle, and we had a neighbor's dad that would take vacations just to stay home, and he was the automatic pitcher.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty
cool. It was all day, all night. It was crazy.
Yellow skinny bat that we used.
Yellow bat. Sometimes we had a thicker black bat, but not the fat bat.
Right.
But it's usually the yellow bat, and then we would keep track of home runs. And I mean, it was just crazy. And all the different rules, like you were saying, because we had a shorter fence, so we had to rotate.
It's like an automatic double if you hit it on that fence, and if you hit it to this field, it was an out. So, Steve, the other thing that we did, like kind of what you did, is we got in trouble for this. We went to each of our houses and took flour. And
to make baselines
and our parents.
Did you really?
Yes, that was one big thing. And this is kind of cool. We had a mom that we would pick teams. So like I would say, I'm going to be the Philadelphia Phillies.
Okay.
And we write the lineup down, and they had an actual scorebook.
Yeah.
And they said they're going to be the Expos, and they would write our whatever we did.
Oh my God.
And we kept scoring. That's what we did all summer long. And then we had divisions. So like the Expos played the Phillies. Well, they advanced. They're 3-0, and we did and we ended up doing like a World Series at the end. Yeah, it was really cool how we did that.
Boy, Summit was cool.
It was a great place to live,
nice
Steve. That's why you see a lot of people lived over there.
Well, that's why I don't know about UCLA. I guess I don't know. So, all right. So what else? We kick the can.
Kick the can. We didn't do that as much. We didn't do. I don't even know how to. Do you know kick the can, Abby?
I do.
All right, Abby knows kick the can, and obviously she knows the wiffle ball and she knows the tennis ball.
Yeah.
Kick the can. I don't even remember. I don't think I even played it. Really, to be honest, but I don't remember.
Well, you probably weren't very good at it, but it was because you had to be quick, agile, mobile. But
I get it.
But it was about hiding and then trying to get back to the home base before the person that was trying to.
So kind of like what we're going to talk about, like flashlight tag, right?
Yes,
something just very similar to that.
Yeah,
that was a huge thing. Obviously at night. Obviously, I think you've heard of flashlight tag, Abby. I would think that was a huge one that we used to play.
Yeah.
I mean, there was. I'm trying to think of some of the other.
How about Kill the Man?
Kill the Man was awesome.
What was Kill the Man?
Kill the Man was where you get the ball and you just cream the guy that has the ball and he tries to get past you.
I mean, there is no touchdown. You just see how long you can hold on to the ball, and you keep getting tackled, and you just keep crushing them.
Now, I'm going to throw one out to you, and I know you can see my dad doing this.
Right.
So my dad, whenever we'd have parties or whatever we do in the summer, my dad would do Simon Says.
Oh, nice.
My dad led it.
He would be the guy?
He'd be the guy.
That's awesome.
And of course, he'd have an adult beverage, and he would, Simon Says do this, Simon Says, and it was hilarious. He even get the adults to come in, and my dad would he was so good. And so that was something we did as late at night. Big guy was.
He got a bigger kick at that than the kids.
And all the kids kept bugging him every day, to do that. So that was one thing that we talked about too, that we did when it rained. Yeah. We did baseball dice.
What's that mean?
So we had 6 dice.
Yep.
And what we did is we list numbers 6 was a home run.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
2 was we just listed all that.
Cool. Nice.
And we did the same thing. We picked lineups, put them down, and so we did baseball dice.
So Dave Limestall's house, he had a long front porch and was covered. And so when it rained, he had 3 actual bowling pins, and we had a basketball, and so we would bowl.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good one to do.
So what about this? Really wasn't a game so much, but I imagine you're probably pretty good at this one. Was what's the matter?
I'm just waiting.
Ding dong ditch.
I was real good at that.
Were you?
Especially good when we used to take it and light it on fire. Do you remember doing that?
No, that's just rude.
Well, we did. That's what we did back in the day.
Really?
Yeah, late at night.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, Ding Dong Ditch was huge.
No,
that was a big one.
I have to come clean. I was really good at that.
Yeah, I'm sure you were.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably didn't. You were hiding already. Someone else rang the bell. That's probably what happened.
Hey, Danny,
I know
Danny,
go ring the bell. Go ring the bell.
No. I'll be over here.
Yeah. I'll be back. Just go get it. No, that was
Mrs. Albert, your son.
Let's see. How about Ghost in the Graveyard?
Ghost in the Graveyard. Nice.
I like it. That one. That was De La Cruz just got another hit there. Cool. Just watching. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Triple.
Focus.
Okay.
What about not really a game, but like maybe building a treehouse?
Yeah, we did that. I mean, honestly, ours was more sports. I mean, it was constantly.
Okay, so go back to that then. You talked about playing pickle. That was a huge
pickle
one.
was a big one. That's huge. Yeah, that was
you get multiple people in that.
And then, what was that one? Did you do like a double? We did like a double. We had 3, it was like a triangle, and we did like a
pickle and a triangle.
Really? Somehow, something like that. We did it a weird way that was different. You know what my dad did and the adults did? This was hard.
What's that?
Bottle cap baseball.
Okay.
Had a small broomstick.
Yep.
And had bottle caps from beers, tops of beers.
Okay.
And they would throw them. They had to try to hit the cap.
What are we in the streets of New York?
And they were out in our circle. That's what they did. Bottle cap baseball. I don't know how the rules. How they did it, whatever they did. One thing that you and I, basketball.
Yeah.
We used to I remember basketball in the summer. All summer long. We play at night with the lights on.
We put a light up in our tree in our driveway.
Yeah, and it's just unfortunate. You just don't see kids out there playing anymore. You don't. I mean, it's sad to see when you go outside right now and you go home, there's no one out there.
Nobody out there.
And it's sad,
Or playing in a sprinkler or doing anything like that.
Yeah, nothing. And drinking out of a hose.
Nice call. But the biggest thing for me was no matter what sport we were playing, especially in the summer months when you're off school, was at any point in time you would have to have your antennas on, because at a certain point you would start hearing bells. And Mr. Softy truck would come running by. It's going to drive by. And you would drop everything.
Mr. Softy.
I mean, it could be a 3-2 count in the 9th inning and playing wiffle ball, and you would just take off running because you want to be the first one to get the ice.
Get the one with the sprinkles on it?
Yeah.
Oh, those are the best. Yeah, Mr. Softy. Mr. Softy was the best.
Yes.
I mean, just back in the day, neighborhoods were just so much fun to be around.
Brittany Acres is pretty cool.
It wasn't as good as Summit. I can tell right now, people that are watching and they get to this part of the podcast, we'll see who says Summit, Brittany Acres, whatever, and I guarantee Summit I'll do them.
Well, I don't disagree with that.
There's no doubt it's going to happen.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean it was cooler. It just means that there was more volume,
More volume what? Of people?
Yeah.
Per capita, I guess? What do you want to call it? Is that?
I don't know why you guys shake your head.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, it's before we end this, you talk about being mad at Fickle, but yet you're wearing a shirt.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a great point. I was just trying to wear something red, T-shirt.
How do we do, Abby?
Decent. See, that's what we need from our producer there. She's just a straight shooter.
That's right.
She tells me all the time when I don't tag somebody or post something, and I do it a lot, Steve.
We're trying to go national.
Well, it would be nice if we... And so we had Pat Murphy, Murphy.
Yes,
said that he would be sponsoring some of our shows here. So hopefully we get Pat on board here. And again, anybody out there that's interested in sponsoring one of our podcasts, they can get a hold of.
We will promote it.
Get a hold of Steve or myself, and then we could get you. So what you'll do is you'll have it for the whole month, or for however long you want it to go.
Yeah.
We'll talk about you in the intro. We'll end it that way, and then we'll also be on our blast,
social media,
everything like that. So anyone out there that's interested in doing that, we're obviously picking up more viewerships and a lot of people.
We are.
What was cool for Steve, you and I, was last week.
Yeah.
We were at Anderson Tap House, just sitting there, and some guy walks up and says, "You guys gonna do a podcast here?" I'm like, I didn't even know who it was. We had people saying, "Hey man, we watch your podcast. It's awesome." And so we don't know how many people watch it or what's paying attention. So it's kind of cool when you get people you don't know that come up and say something to you.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, I've had guys that are saying, "Hey, I'd love to be on the show." I don't even know who it is. What's going on. So I'm trying to figure that out. But you think of any guest out there, we need some Turpin, we need McNick, or topics for Dingo and the Coach. So, we got both This Week in Anderson and Dingo and the Coach. I know it made it a little bit confusing interacting both of those from my producer was telling me. So
it's all good.
Just let us know. We'd love to have anybody on, and we'll get it going.
Well, just one more thing. Just, again, can't say how much great job you did this past weekend.
I appreciate it.
At the golf outing. It continued on through the summer, and I'm sure we'll pick up in the next podcast and meet again and try to get caught up on current events like we just did.
Yeah. So here's a couple guests I know that we have coming up here. We're going to have Nick Osborne from Western Brown High School. He's going to come on with us. Coach. Brian Pitzer from New Richmond High School.
Yep.
We also got James Camden, played at Anderson High School and is on UC's team, did really well in the spring.
Yep.
He's already committed to us. We're just trying to work out. I know he started ball again.
Yep.
So we'll try to get him. We've got Abby Ellis and John Raymond will be on a podcast with us.
Remembering.
So we're trying to still work on Stanley
Jones.
That one's going to be a difficult one to get. We'll try to get him in here. But
we'll get him.
So we got all those in line here in the next few weeks. I know Steve's going to be taking a little vacation here soon.
Yeah.
And then I'll be on vacation a little bit later on. But I always seem to get my podcast in. It doesn't affect me whatsoever, even if I'm on vacation.
Well, I have to work on my tan.
Yeah. So you got to work on a lot.
So evidently, I got to read on sports.
You do have to read about sports.
Okay, I'll try.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up here. So excited that Abby Ellis, our producer, is here to check us out. And I'm sure we'll get critiqued right after this is over with. So we appreciate it. But so thanks to Abby Ellis and Steve. Thanks again for this podcast.
Thank you, Dan.
All right, so we're going to catch you guys next week. So for Dan Albers, Dingo, and Steve Ellis, the coach, you've been listening to Dingo Coach on USBN Sports. We'll catch you next week.